Hi everyone, I'm Chef Leroy and welcome to my cozy kitchen. I hope you guys are having a fantastic day. I certainly am. The weather here in Minnesota is absolutely beautiful. It's in the mid 50s, sunny, beautiful day. Low wind, love it. So as you've been watching the videos, I've got 5 different videos on my hydropotting, and that's my AeroGarden and my iDo hydro planters, okay? Well, I wanted to show you the garden outside so you can kind of see where I went with everything, and to just give you a little overview of how that whole thing went. And honestly, I think it's an absolute game changer to get those pots. I don't, I'm not sponsored by them or anything else, but I really enjoy them. They are absolutely fantastic, and you can use them all year round in your house too. They work out great for herbs. I've done all kinds of different planting with those already over the last couple of years. But anyway, I'm going to bring you outside, show you what my garden looks like. Now, of course, this is in October now. We're in the middle of October. Everything is starting to kind of die off a bit or regress a bit with the weather. Obviously, tomatoes don't ripen very well when it's cool and or less sun. And then I also have some pepper plants that they're doing okay, but I don't have much out there. But anyway, let me show you outside and the garden, and we'll just kind of finish up this whole video series of our hydro planting for 2023. All right, let's get outside. All right, walking down to the garden. Of course, I got a plane going over. We don't live that far from the airport, so that happens. All right, these are my tomato plants, and I did do a couple different varieties of plants. And honestly, my favorite one up to this point is the 4th of July tomato, and that is this one right there. They're just such a nice tomato. They're larger than a cherry tomato, but they're just a fantastic tomato. I like the size of them, and I like how they taste. There's one down there that's just about ripe, so let's pull that one. Take that out of there. There you go. Look at that. I got some in the kitchen too that are ripening. Sorry, got one of my sticks down here on the ground. My camera's gonna be all over the place, but these are my little marker sticks. So 4th of July tomatoes, and yeah, I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to reinvent this garden a little bit. These sticks that I've got in here haven't worked out the most awesome. They kind of don't stay up too well. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to use metal stakes this next year to stake up my tomatoes to be a little bit more firmer, and so they don't fall over as easily. But you can see how tall they are. They're almost 6 feet tall. All right, and then in this planter area here, I have a couple pepper plants. There's a jalapeno in the back there. That one's jalapeno, and these are 2 different bell peppers. Now in my other raised garden bed over there, that was cucumbers and zucchini. Now I didn't get a lot of fruit this year from the plants, unfortunately, but you know what? It was, I'll show you up here. You see this area here? That's all tree line. So I deal with very shady area here all year long, and that's where it gets a little difficult growing some of these plants. So maybe, going into this next year, I might have to rethink that. Down over here, I've got some fresh basil, which is starting to look pretty weak because the weather's been really chill. And what I like to do is I throw lawn clippings in here and all this stuff in my beds. And that's that. All right. Let's go over here and I'll show you my planter box. It's my fresh parsley. Looks beautiful. I had dill over here on this side, but that kind of went away with this cool weather too. Parsley holds up really well in this cooler weather. It does really well. All right, and then what I think I might be doing this next year also, I just put up an electric fence to try to keep rabbits out of my yard, which they've been just an absolute pain in the neck. They will literally chew my hostas down to the ground. So here's one of my hostas right here, and it was really nice and big like this one. And now it looks like that. They chewed it right down. So I've got an electric fence line right here now, which is on a solar panel. And what I think I'm going to do is run my line from there. I'm going to run a new line and go right around my whole garden and then get rid of this fence. So it's a little easier to get in and out of my garden. But that's it, guys. Hydroplanting worked out really well. You get a head start. It's cheaper than buying your plants in the store by far. So I think hydroponic planting is just an absolute game changer. I think that you really get a head start on your planting, especially with our climate here in Minnesota. We don't have a lot of growing season, so to have that head start on planting is awesome. And not to mention, it doesn't cost so much money. If you buy your plants big like these here, like pepper plants or any of these, it's gonna be pretty expensive to plant this garden. So I think the AeroGarden or the iDo, whichever one you choose to get. Now, obviously, one is cheaper than the other. So if you're watching your budget, buy what you think will work for you on your budget. But I really like the AeroGarden. It's a little bit more computerized, and I think that you guys would just love it. All right, I'm back inside my house, and here are a few examples of tomatoes that I pulled. They weren't quite ripe yet, but they will ripen up nicely in the house. So if you starts getting colder out there, you want to pull those tomatoes as soon as you can so you don't freeze them. All right, guys, so that's a little bit of ending video for 2023 planting. I've had a really good year for the most part. I had 2 eggplant plants out there. They did not do that well this year. I only got 2 eggplants literally from the plants. I think a lot of it's because I don't have enough sun back there. I might have to rethink that. Maybe I don't do eggplant next year. I will do different squash though this next year. I definitely will do another zucchini. I didn't get a lot of zucchini as well, but I kind of got things a little too crowded. And in the video, I don't know if you noticed the trellis that I have in my raised gardens, that I used for my cucumbers to climb up. And they did pretty well actually. And just recently I had pulled the plants because they were pretty much dying off. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hopefully this was informative enough and you can make some decisions on if you want to try hydro planting, if that's something you want to try. Again, there's many different varieties of these out on the market. They go from literally hundreds of dollars to thousands. It just depends on how many plants you want to do, how big you want to go. But anyway, hopefully you guys have a fantastic day. Please subscribe if you haven't. Subscriptions are free for you to subscribe to. They will not charge you money for the subscription. It just lets you know that a video has been put out there. Give me a couple thumbs up if you enjoyed the videos. Hit that notification bell, ding, 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 ding. And please leave me any comments. I will be pleased to answer any comments or questions you have about the videos and how I've been doing some of these things. And maybe what I could do is a little short video going forward with my electric fence. Actually, my poor little dog ran into it yesterday and got zipped a little bit, and he kind of chirped kind of loud. And anyway, I don't think he's going to go next to that wire anymore. He knows what it looks like and what it felt like. So anyway, so electric fence does work. Hopefully the rabbits stay away from my plants, and that will be fantastic. You guys have a fantastic day. Chef Leroy, and out.